I'm Steve Dillon. I'm a supporter of Mike Heldman for sheriff, and I'm a communications guy. So I have a few questions for the sheriff. Can you tell me a little bit about some of those systems of communication and how you put them to use each day?
We do have a new way of communicating with the public. The city of Findlay a couple of years ago went into Everbridge, and it's a unique and a great new tool that people can get notified on their cell phone by way of text or by voice. If there's something going on, it can be weather, it can be flooding, it can be any type of emergency or disaster that goes on. If there was a missing child, if there was an Amber Alert, all these types of things would go out to the public through that Everbridge system. And that is handled through basically people register it online.
One of the things coming up in the near future is perhaps the expansion of the jail. How will communications play a part in that expansion if it does indeed happen?
With expansion of the jail, right now we have a jail and justice assessment being completed. And once that's completed, it's going to be very important that we communicate with the general public, because that is always, it's on everybody's mind. Everybody wants to know what is happening with the jail because they've been hearing that we've been overcrowded for some time. So communications, that's going to have to be a way, it's going to be the general way of newspapers, I'm sure. We have a Facebook page. We can notify people if there's going to be meetings or give them short, brief topics about the jail study once it's completed. But all these things are going to have to be utilized. Communication with the jail, even in-house is going to be very important. Communication with the commissioners, communication with the judges. It's not going to be just the sheriff to making that decision. And these communications are going to be very, very vital, because it's going to take someone with the experience that has been involved with jail operations. For example, I have been involved with the jail operations before I became sheriff. And early on in the old jail, I was the jail administrator for a period of years. So I do have the knowledge and the ability to handle that communication, notifying people what needs to be done with the jail.
Much of the external communications that take place is handled by the dispatch center. Can you tell us if there's many changes ahead in the dispatch?
Dispatching is now, if someone calls in and they have a person that's not breathing, our dispatchers are trained in medical terms of how to handle CPR, have someone not breathing, what they should do. So this has been a change we've evolved in the last few years. We've went from having 6 dispatchers to 10. We have 2 dispatchers in there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We didn't used to have that. And now we have the equipment. We constantly and continually seem like we're updating our equipment. We just updated our 911 system with new computers, and now we're looking at upgrades to our radio system. And so the dispatchers have a little different view of the touch screens, so it's a complete different operation than it used to be. Next generation 911 is coming on, and that's going to, it's in some areas now, it's being installed. I'm not sure when it's going to be in Findlay and Hancock County, but it is texting, where people will be able to not only call on their cell phone and verbally talk to a dispatcher, but if there's a situation, for example, there's a domestic and someone is hiding from the person that they're having a dispute with, they can go somewhere and they can text to the 911 center through their cell phone, which is going to be a great benefit for a lot of people.
Mike, the sheriff's office has a website that seems to be a very popular place for people to go for information.
Our webpage is really utilized a lot. The active inmate is huge. It's almost 100,000 views per month, which to me, for Findlay and Hancock County, that's a lot of views. But I also know that teachers use it, school administrators use it. What people I don't think realize that we have a way of communicating through our website, and that's through the email that's on there. There's other things in there. There's CCW, the carry and concealed weapon licensing information is in there. We do have foreclosure sales. That is updated on a weekly basis as well. And people wanting to buy property, they can still go to our webpage and see that. So there's a lot of information on our webpage, and I encourage people to really view that and be familiar with it.
Mike, thanks for your responses tonight, and I think the community's better informed because of it. Good luck with your election this spring.
Thank you, and I appreciate your support.